Hi, my name is Derek Friday. I live in Boulder, Colorado, and I'm a graphic designer and a trail runner. As a designer, I've had a very unique career path where I've crossed discipline in a lot of different arenas, from retail to entertainment to mixed use. I'm trained as an architect, and eventually in my career, I ended up working in an environment where there were many disciplines under one roof. So I've always been a designer. I've been interested in all disciplines, and when I finally started becoming a graphic designer and having the opportunity to develop brands, it's impossible for me to not think about how to extend the brand or improve products or identities. And being in the running community and the cycling world, I definitely wanted to try to push that and become more part of that community, not only as a participant, but as a designer. And again, I had that opportunity to discuss with the Atra team ways in which we could improve the brand, and with the relationships that we all had and the good communication and developing a great design brief, that's how we got started in a really successful way. When Adam and I started talking about the new Atra brand, the instinct for me was to develop something that was mountain related. And that rendered a cool solution, absolutely. It had a similar quality to the letter forms of the original Atra brand, but we modernized the forms and we added a ridgeline that connected through all the individual letter forms, along with a topographic pattern detail that just added some texture and variety for the brand. And it seemed like a great idea at the time, and we were all really excited about it. And then once we got it in front of the rest of the team, Richard Bolt, Nancy Hobbs, and myself, and a few others, we realized that it was a good start, but we really needed to start thinking more clearly about the holistic sort of brand direction. And at that point, we decided that before we move any further, we needed to develop a proper design brief. After we recognized that we needed to move in a slightly different direction, Richard developed a very comprehensive but clear design brief that we all as a team agreed to. And the reason why it was so successful was because at the end of this process, if you can go back to your design brief and be able to check off all those boxes that you're complying with all the things, your goals that you want for the brand, then you have a successful project. And this is exactly what happened for us. So what we did was we wanted to represent not only the mountain trail running, but the coastal trail running, the southwestern trails, and then the forest trails in the heartland. And at the same time, represent men, women, youth, and the underrepresented equally. And this created this sort of holistic diagram that we made that represents the brand, the essence of the brand, and also the direction for the way it needed to manifest itself visually. The personality of the brand comes through based on the design brief, that it's approachable, trusted, adventurous, friendly, and authentic. So again, with all of those elements, these need to be added into the design process, and that's what we did in order to complete the identity system for Atra. So fast forward into the brand development, we did take some of the original simplified letter forms of the A, the T, the R, and the A, but started to stylize them a little bit more into these pyramid forms and chiseled features with the T and the R. And at that point, we developed a system that represented each component of the brand: the mountain, the coastal, the desert, and the forest. The triangular form, which is the A in Atra, we used as a sub-branded element, and each individual sub-brand, mountain, coastal, desert, and forest, had its own visual representation and color palette, to then strengthen that particular section of the brand. The primary identity for Atra has a distinctive ridgeline feature that represents Pikes Peak in Colorado Springs. And the reason for that was because Atra was founded 25 years ago in Colorado Springs, and we wanted to use a recognizable element. Originally, we studied a variety of different ridgelines, but recognized that it was going to be confusing, and we wanted to make a stronger connection to the home of Atra. The icons that are part of the system are unmistakable. The Southwest has the buttes and the geography of the desert with the strong colors of oranges and gradations into the sky. The coastal is the sunsets and the blues of the ocean with the waves and patterning of the waves. And the forest running shows the tall pine trees and what you would engage with in a forest with the greens and the earth tones. And together, these elements and color palettes help differentiate the system. At the end of the process, we collectively felt as a team that we had met all the criteria from the design brief. We developed a rich system that represented all the geographical locations in the country for trail running, that had a robust color palette and iconographic use that could take Atra into the next 10, 15 years as a brand, and represents a great deal of assets that can be used for events, for marketing, for website work, for merchandise. And the system has really been a success so far, and people are quite happy with the completed project. I'm really grateful to have been given the opportunity to do the branding and identity redevelopment for Atra. It means a great deal to me, not only because I'm a runner, but because I'm inspired by the running community, the design community, and to be able to cross-pollinate all of these things into something that I love has been a great opportunity and experience for me, and I'm grateful.